A year ago, my life looked completely different. I was overweight, stuck in my own head, and using food for comfort and drifting without any real direction. Today, I'm building discipline, structure, and a life I'm actually proud of. This channel is me documenting that in real time. So, my name's Riley George, and I'm 19 years old. I'm currently at uni, and I love fitness. Now, some backstory about me is that I grew up overweight. I was always overweight. I always thought I had a food problem. I always used to binge every single day. It would get out of hand. I'd feel sick and I'd continue on. I always struggled with low confidence and always the shirt pull and just never having any confidence. And that made me feel behind in life. I always scrolled through TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and saw people my age or even older doing so much better and just feeling like I was behind. I always knew I wanted more, but I never knew how. And yeah, I mean, just a side note, this is my first video, so that's why I'm being a bit careful with my words, but yeah. However, I learned hard lessons early. You know, I've always cut and then I used to binge and I'd always start there, end there, and go all the way back up there. It was a never ending cycle. I never thought I would get anywhere. But there was a turning point. I found the gym properly. See, I started the gym when I was like 13 years old for the first time. And to be honest, I didn't really like it to begin with. It was only when COVID happened that I really took it serious because there was nothing else to do really. But in the last 6 months, I fell in love with routine, being disciplined, and that created my confidence. The environment I've been around and the mentors, they've changed my standards, the way I think and the way I operate, and I can't thank that enough. But one of the key things in these last 6 months is that I realised nobody was coming to save me. It was only me. There's only so much your mom and dad can do. There's only so much your friends can help with. There's only so much they can offer. But if you're constantly turning that away or doing things anyway, it will never change. So I chose long-term thinking, delayed gratification, and it's truly changed my life. Anyway, so over these last 6 months, I've lost £50 overall in 4 months. And these last 8 weeks, I've been slowly building the weight up and going into my first ever real bulk. I've repaired my relationship with food. It's not 100%, but along this journey, you'll see how I go through the urges and how I maneuver them and how I'm a lot better than I was 6 months ago. Because recently as well, consistencies became my identity. Now, you don't really change unless your identity completely shifts. Habit is a lifestyle change, and consistency is a key part of that. So is structure and so is routine. I've built strong habits and showing up daily. So over the last couple of months, I've always wanted to start YouTube. I've always wanted to make content, but I was still kind of nervous, scared of what people would think, and just scared to start. But I realised I'm gonna have to start to get better, and I'm gonna start a series which I'll upload minimum 3 times a week, is vlogging through my day. It's gonna be called Built in Real Time, and this is actually the first episode. There'll be no fake highlight reels. I'll show you my wins, but also my struggles. I'll show you the process over just pure perfection, and it will hold my accountability through transparency. And I just want to become a better person, and this will help me hold that to a much higher standard. So, let me tell you some of my goals. I want a 250 kilogram deadlift by the end of the year. I want a 200 kg squat and a 140 kg deadlift. Eventually, I just want to build a body that I'm proud of and have the sociability and flexibility. I don't know if sociability is even a word. The flexibility to live a great life without true restraint. Now, currently, life and my setup. So currently I'm doing an upper lower split, upper lower rest, repeat. So Monday upper, Tuesday lower, Wednesday rest, and repeat. I'll be doing that for the foreseeable. I'm currently in a bulking phase and we're looking at to continue that for around till the end of April, 4 months time. I'm currently sitting at 78.4 kg. Now, my steps are about 10k. Currently, calories are on 3k training day and 2.7 rest day. And I usually like to train midday if that helps. So Built in Real Time will be about documenting the process and all the struggles. And if you'd like to see that, then I'd be grateful for you to stick along. And if not, that's fine. If this resonates with you, then you're welcome here, always. My name's Riley George, and I'm aspiring to be great. This is the start. I know this video isn't the best quality, but this is the first video I've ever made. But yeah, thank you for listening if you're this far in, and I'll see you soon. Bye.